This is a very weak first attempt at solving a very deep problem that we have here in Springfield. You had last fall 300 women who work in and around the Capitol sign on to a hashtag #MeToo movement saying that they have been the victims of some sort of abuse. And this is all that we have as a result to show from it. And the biggest problem, the biggest thing missing from this bill are the rights of complainants. You can make a complaint and you'll never know what happens to that complaint. You have no requirements to be notified, you have no requirements for information, you have no requirements for participation in the process, as this complaint, very serious complaints by the way, go through a system that is not transparent and is run by a political leadership in here that has been entrenched for decades and that many feel afraid to stand up to. And so complainants' rights are very important, whether it's in the Legislative Inspector General process or the OEIG process or any other agency that has an Inspector General. Complainants, regular citizens in the state of Illinois feel they do not have a voice when they find malfeasance in their government. And so the biggest thing missing here is the rights of complainants. The only thing that they've added in at all is that the Legislative Inspector General may notify. There's no mandate to do it. They may do it. But other than that, they've left off many of the strong provisions that I filed with HB 4840 and was dismissed outright by both parties when it was put before the Executive Committee and then dismissed again by the Sexual Harassment Task Force as items that we will be working on. The bill was ready, the bill could go, you could have complainants have rights right now, but you've decided not to. And as we know today, a very significant complaint was made against a member of this body. And that complainant came out publicly in a press conference, just as Representative Jimenez indicated, because she did not feel comfortable going anywhere else and did not feel that her voice would be heard. This has to change. Giving rights to complainants would give them some assurance that they would be able to participate in the process, and that's a first start. But to really solve the problem of ethics, sexual harassment, abuse, bullying, it's going to take all of us, men and women, to one, confront it when first approached, and two, to not allow it to happen. Men and women who are virtuous would not allow this to even occur in the first place. And that's the point where we have to get to. The culture has to change. And until you change the culture, you're not going to solve it anyway. And the culture is set and the tone is set by the leaders in this place. Rank and file, though, have an important mission to, when they see it, confront it. When they see it happen to others, stop it. So we all have a role in ending this. This should not be the end. It's a very weak first step, and I expect more out of this task force in the future.